Delhi is reeling under tremendous air pollution at the moment. Nobody is asking where the pollution stemmed from, rather, everyone is asking and looking for solutions. To discuss further on this today with me, I have Kritika Chaudhary. She is the head strategy at APAC. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Priyanshi. It's a pleasure being here.
So I'll start by asking a very simple question that people at the moment they're looking for very basic things like air purifiers and certain things like that. Do you really think that that is helping in not just reducing, rather preventing or safeguarding people against air pollution?
Um, I would want to say that yes, masks and air purifiers definitely that is helpful. But again, it's important that majority of the people, because this is something that only the upper middle class or the middle class right now have. This is not the long-term solution at all. This is kind of a temporary thing that can be done. That we need to do a lot more that is required so that the need for air purifier reduces.
Okay. Do you think emergency measures, emergency reforms like GRAP, do they actually buy time or do they just simply delay the structural reforms?
I think IIT Delhi is doing a study right now which is evaluating what is the impact of GRAP. So I would want to wait for that study and look at the results that come out from that. They are trying to evaluate the various stages that are there and how is it that each of how has it helped reduce air pollution. But yes, GRAP was put in place to reduce air pollution. Each stage has different measures that should be adopted. The measures are drafted in a nice manner. It is drafted in a staggered manner. A little bit movement recently happened from stage 4 to stage 3, and which is also the need of the hour. Ki kaise change, how is it that you should change it and how is it that you should modify it. So yes, but I think it's very important that we understand how successful it has been, which I'm also waiting for the report.
Do you think there have been certain mistakes in the strategy formation or something which, did not help that well in handling the pollution in Delhi?
I think when you look at Delhi's air pollution, and for that matter, majority of the city's air pollution, there have been various source apportionment studies that have happened and emission inventory studies that have happened, which really tells us how much of air pollution is coming from what particular source. So if you look at it, there are 5 major sources of air pollution that are there. One is vehicles, the transport. The second is industrial air pollution. Third is dust air pollution. The fourth and fifth are household and biomass air pollution. So when you want to solve air pollution, it is important that you look at all of these 5 sources and then you designate, then you basically look at the measures and interventions that can be put in place to reduce air pollution across all of these sources. And I think all the strategy really needs to take care of all of these things together, depending on the city, depending on the location, depending on the kind of activities that are happening in that particular city or state. It has to be multi-approach that should be put in place.
So, has urban planning failures in any way led to the worsening of the air pollution in Delhi?
I think if we look at urban, see, when you look at the urban department, it's you look at various important aspects. So if I talk specifically about dust, that is a very big urban issue. So yeah, paving of the roads, making sure that the roads are not kacha, they have a good surface which doesn't break frequently. That is important. Making sure that the footpaths are are intact, they are not broken. Making sure that the parking lots are surfaced properly. Making sure that the road maintenance is happening in a efficient manner. For example, there are no potholes that are there. There are no broken roads that are there. All of these things have to be made sure. On top of it, empty plots where basically the soil is exposed, that should be very minimum. Because on the roadside and in fact in many areas you will see along the major traffic corridors, you see uncovered land on the side of the road. So then that becomes a major air pollution source there. So I think a little bit of greening, a little bit of paving of those areas can help. The fourth aspect is overall greening. I think as per some European study that was done, an increase in 5% of green canopy cover actually leads to around 2.5% reduction in PM 2.5. So, certain aspects like these, the urban planning is already taking. There is definitely scope. Ki you have to, I think all of the cities, the entire India should focus on these kind of aspects, including construction and demolition also, because all of these cities there is some or the other construction activity that's happening. So all of these safeguards, all of the C&D waste disposal, all of these has to be really taken together, and the compliance has to be monitored. It's basically technology should also come and play a part in it, and I think there is still, with new technological interventions that are happening, new case studies, new business cases that are happening, we can borrow from outside India. So I think all of these things, there is always scope to do it in a more efficient manner. There is always scope to do a little bit more.
You talked about technology. Do you think AI can play a role in, pollution forecasting and prevention in any way?
I think yes, this is something that has already been looked into, where you predict on the basis of, so you take a lot of historical data, you do a machine ML module on top of it, and then on the basis of that you also look at the weather forecast, the wind direction, etc., and you are actually in a position to predict as to what will be the AQI, what will be the kind of pollution that can happen in the next few days, or maybe in the next week also. And definitely AI does have a very, very big role to play here. There are entities in India that are working on this. There are a lot of academic institutes that are also working on this, and it is important that this gets integrated so that it helps us to act in a more proactive manner rather than a reactive manner.
Thank you so much, Kritika, for talking with us and sharing such useful information. And I'm really sure that people will follow these, people will talk about it more, and there'll be a proper solution to the air pollution. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Priyanshi, thank you.